show, I make videos about computers on the internet. And I've done it. I've achieved an insane goal. A goal I set out for myself. It may sound a bit weird, but I wanted to be bigger on YouTube than my hometown. And it's happened. I have over 54,000 subscribers. Over 20,000 dump trucks have passed by me while I've been filming this. And we've got 54,000 of the population of the hometown. I grew up here, about 3.5 hours north of Toronto in Ontario, about 5.5, 6 hours north of the border, of the US border, and I beat it. I'm bigger than my hometown. But that's just the starting place, okay? So I'm here to make an announcement. I have basically quit my day job. This is now going to be my day job, coming out here and making weird videos in front of signs on the highway on the internet. Or wait, how about computers on the internet? I got a Core i3 Coffee Lake build. It's gonna be fun. Oh man, I can't wait to dig into this. It is an Asus 4870 dual GPU graphics card from about 10 years ago. Freaking most beautiful thing I've ever seen. We're gonna be looking at this, and oh, don't forget, Xbox 2.0 version 1.0. It has a dedicated graphics card in it. So come along with me on a ride, and if you can support me in any way, buy links on Amazon, you know, that always helps me out. Just subscribe, share my videos. There's a Patreon if you can really help out, or if you have some old hardware you want to donate, contact me, there's an email. But we're gonna go back to the studio now. I'm gonna stop flailing computer equipment around on the highway in front of my hometown sign, getting weird looks by Dodge Rams coming by, and then we're gonna make some awesome videos about computers on the internet, and we're gonna do it for years. We're gonna do it for years, guys. It's gonna be for years. It's Timmy Joe, I'm back. Thanos is happy. I can't believe how much positive response I got from the Thanos build. Especially all of the tech Avengers, as silly as that sounds. They were very, very gracious to give very nice comments and kind of let me into their little club a bit. And just want to thank them for, you know, taking the joke. Because sometimes it's not easy on YouTube to take the joke and the drama starts and all that stuff. I legitimately wish all those guys, you know, a happy time on YouTube, and I hope they achieve success. But we're here to talk about my success. That's right, I have returned to the studio here. I want to get some stuff off my chest. I want to do some thanks, so stick around for that. And I just want to kind of let you guys in on the plans. So, just so you guys know, I'm not, doing this because I'm stupid. I have calculated the decision to make YouTube and IT and technology my job. I was working at a heavy truck dealership, and I was in parts. I've done everything from I was a tow truck driver. I worked in car dealerships. I was an insurance appraisal guy for car insurance claims. I was actually a body man for a while. I have a very large interest in cars. I have a very big interest in a lot of things, but computers, I'm so glad to be back playing around with this stuff. I took kind of a break, and I was very heavy into the mobile technology and stuff like that, especially at the beginning of this channel. I wanted to do a tech channel, and I should have done it years and years ago. I actually had a really good opportunity years and years ago, and now, who cares about the past? We're here in the present where I've got 54,000 subscribers, and by the end of the year, I plan on having that freaking plaque on my wall. Not that subscribers matter, as we know. Anyways, so what do I got all this stuff on the the counter here for? Well, this is my commitment. This is my just a small handful of things I've been collecting in order to do this tech channel properly. So I've actually got a lot more than this, but this is kind of an archive of motherboards that will be required to do testing. I've been purposefully collecting old hardware, old technology to be able to test anything that comes up. You know, if you guys want to see, you know, an X58 build, boom, I have what is actually a brand new saber-toothed X58 motherboard. I used to have a different one, but this is probably one of the best ones, you know, with the Xeon in it. You know, I've already done a video on that in the past, but, you know, here is probably one of the best motherboards you can get for AM3 Plus. It's also a saber-tooth. And a buddy of mine gave me this. You know, we kind of did some trading for Ryzen, some newer stuff. But we've done a lot of testing with AM3 Plus. But, you know, then we just did this, the socket 775 with the DDR. I have other motherboards that'll do socket 775 with DDR2, but this was a very special motherboard, and I'll give some thanks to some people that have helped me out with this stuff in just a moment. And then actually a viewer sent me this board. This is a DDR2 AMD AM2 board, or AM2 Plus. So this will let me do old Phenom CPUs. And then, you know, we're moving up the Intel chain. I've got Z77 motherboard right here that I got in exchange for some other parts. And we're going to do some testing on some Sandy Bridge and, you know, some pretty cool stuff like that. And then, you know, if you like new stuff, I've got a Core i3 Coffee Lake build coming up. We're going to test the NZXT Kraken bracket on my GTX 1080 Ti. And then, you know, I've got these video cards here. This is a dual GPU solution from around the same time as this dual GPU solution. So this is going to be an amazing head-to-head. I just got to make sure both these cards work. There might be an issue with some thermals or something. But this, you know, this was donated by a viewer, and I thank you very much. This is, you know, a GeForce 295. Look at this thing, man. This is just the most, I think this might be the most beautiful video card ever in life. Okay, it is an Asus, and it is an ATI Radeon HD 4870 x 2 with 2 cores on it. But what enamors me about this is just, you don't see video cards like this anymore. This is beautiful. I would love to put this in my system and use it. It's so nice. Just the attention to detail everywhere on it is very, 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 very interesting. And then what you guys probably want to see right here, Xbox version 2.0, version 1.0. I'm not going to tell you too much about it right now, but I'm going to let you know it has an i7 in it, it has a dedicated graphics card in it, and it is a full-on PC, as you can tell right here. See, there's I/O on the back. I'm still, putting the final touches on it, and I'm waiting for a very special package to arrive that will blend very, very nicely with that. And then, you know, just so happy. There's so much fun stuff. I've got AMD sending me stuff. I've got Gigabyte sending me stuff. And there's going to be new graphics cards coming out soon. There's, you know, hopefully, there's going to be some pretty, maybe Threadripper 2 across my desk. So we're going to, from here on out, this week was pretty much the start of my official, you know, beginnings of this being my full-time job. And I have some local IT stuff that's going to, you know, keep me afloat. For certain things, you know, I don't want to put all my eggs in the YouTube basket, but it most certainly is making some decent enough money to justify this, and any support that you can offer up. I have a Patreon. It's on the screen right now. $2, you know, $5, whatever you can spare per month will really help speed this along and kind of fortify things. I will be putting a little bit more advertising on the channel, you know, because you pretty much have to kind of, you know, help buy things. And what the Patreon money does, it's only like $140 right now, American, but it allows me to buy, you know, an i3 for testing. It allows me to buy some, you know, interesting piece of hardware on eBay. Okay, and lastly, I just want to put a call out there. If there's you know, some stuff you want to send into the channel, me at timmyjoe.com. You see what I have here. I don't need duplicates of this stuff. And if you are hard up for money, or, you know, I don't want you sending me things that you know, you can use, or, you know, if you need the money, you could sell. But if you have some interesting stuff, and what I'd like to actually do is start archiving older than this. Okay, what I'm very, very much interested in is a 3 or 486, either full system, complete system, or you know, motherboard, CPU, and RAM. You know, this is stuff that's getting rarer and rarer and harder to come by. I've been looking for a long time, and short of paying $500 on eBay for you know, what could be working, what could not be working, 386, some old compact Presario or something like that. I've considered it a bunch of times, but I'd like to do that kind of older content too. Maybe not, that much, but just to have a 386 lying around, or maybe an Amiga, or Commodore 64. I don't have any of that stuff, and I would love to explore that stuff with you guys. So if any of you guys out there have that and you could spare it, I'd love to hear from you. Me at timmyjoe.com. But I wouldn't be here without you guys, and I want to thank all 54,000 of you who hit that button. I know that that's not everything, that subscriber button, and it doesn't dictate how well your channel is going to do. But it's just to picture 54,000 people scrolling their mouse or swiping their screen and hitting subscribe on a little button, so that they can watch me more often. That enamors me. That is amazing. That is so cool. So I want to thank some very special people that have gone out of their way to send me some stuff. I might forget a few people. I just tried my hardest to go through my emails and scavenge through what I had here on the table and whatnot. But number one, I want to thank my buddy Bryden. He's been a huge supporter all along. Actually, 2 of these motherboards used to be his. And he's been kind of giving me some support and stuff like that, some to bounce ideas off of and stuff like that. So I want to thank him. I also want to thank Tyler. Tyler lives near me. He's actually going to be featured in an upcoming episode with another Voodoo computer, and this video card is his. And he actually helped me get that X58 motherboard. Really nice guy, Tyler. We always talk on we text and stuff. He's a good guy. You might see him on the channel a little more often coming up this summer if he's making his way down to my end of the woods. But the people that supply this stuff, that is the ultimate sacrifice, to send me some hardware. I think that's really, really cool. Instead of making the $100 you can make selling it on Craigslist, you send it over to me. That's huge. But I want to thank Brandon for the Socket 775 motherboard. I want to thank Armand for 2 GTX 580s, which I have yet to play around with, but there's 2 in SLI NVIDIA reference GTX 580s. I really want to have a look at those, especially in SLI. And then Tyler's latest Voodoo PC he brought me up actually has 2 590s in it, so quad SLI. So we'll be doing some dives into that stuff. I want to thank Orion. I don't know if Orion's probably your name. You know who you are. I want to thank Andrew for the AMD motherboards and the video card. He's the one that sent me this Phenom motherboard. Really nice guy. I want to thank Mason, who sent me Fury X and was very, very patient with me back in the day. I want to thank Tony. He sent me FX 9590. I want to thank Andrew. Andrew, huge, awesome thanks to this guy. You're going to see in the upcoming episode, he was the main reason why this Xbox was able to happen so well. And if you've sent me some hardware or some stuff before and I haven't mentioned you, I apologize. I short notice looking through my emails, just trying to find everybody. But if you are a Patreon, I want to thank Patrick. I want to thank Jesus or Jesus, whichever, maybe you're Jesus. Jesus, I want to thank Ted, Jason, Jazz. I want to thank Andrew, Kyle, Matt. I want to thank Jason, Dominic, John, Brian, another Brian, Jacob, Carl, Will, Tyler. I want to thank Jessica Alba. You're a cutie. I want to thank Anthony and Joe and Dennis and Chris and Tony. And I know Tony's actually sent me some of this stuff. I want to thank Aguera, Dustin, John, Zusot, and Harrison, and Ethan. I want to thank all you guys, my Patreon supporters. If you can spare a few bucks, you could be added to that list, and I'm going to work on doing some proper stuff now that I've got the time to actually reward you fuckers, you Patreon guys, because, what's the sense of sending me a couple bucks if I'm not going to, do things like shout you out or send you, advanced knowledge of this stuff. Also, follow me on Twitter, because I always post little sneak peeks. There was definitely some sneak peeks to this. There's definitely some sneak peeks to the Xbox on there. So, Twitter, I do have an Instagram. I post more more kid stuff there and family stuff, but you know, there is the occasional photo of a good build I've done on Instagram. But that's the end of today's video. I just want to thank every single one of you. Huge, and you know, I got a troll comment last night, and you know, I started replying to it, and then all of the great, amazing comments I got on the Thanos video, I just started thinking about those and how I only saw one bad comment on that video, and it was this guy that obviously just didn't understand what was going on. And you know what? It's good to be me. I just closed that guy out. I actually blocked him from the channel, because why do I need that kind of hate speech on my, you know, whatever, because I have like 54,000 people that love me that I should concentrate on. So I'm at Watch Timmy Joe, Instagram and Twitter. This is gonna be the summer, okay? And this is just the tip of the iceberg. I've got stuff all over the place, you know, ready. I can never run out of ideas. But I definitely would like to visit some Sandy Bridge and Ivy Bridge. Definitely like to maybe dive back into some older Phenom stuff, see if it's still viable. Everyone uses socket 775 still. Is you know, an older quad-core Phenom with DDR2 still usable. Definitely want to check this guy out. Oh my goodness, such a beautiful video card. There's you know, some new video cards coming out. There's a few things I haven't reviewed yet. 1050 Ti, 1060. There's some newer hardware. So all the donations and stuff are going to be, you know, amazing. And you know, with that vein, they're going to be there for me to fuel this fire, and it's just going to be a wonderful time. And I'll see you at the next video like this at 100,000, and then the next video after that after 1 million, and we'll say that's a year from now. See you guys later. I'm at Watch Timmy Joe. I'm gonna go clean this stuff up and get ready to make this thing a real video. Woo! And don't forget, I'm Thanos!